Welcome to Missing Persons Archives, a channel dedicated to sharing real stories of those who vanished without a trace. Here, we explore the facts, the timelines, the investigations, and the unanswered questions behind each disappearance. These are more than cases. They are people, and every story deserves to be told. Subscribe and join us as we shine a light on the missing. Hospitals are places we go to heal. We trust their halls, their staff, and their systems. But what if the very place meant to restore you becomes the last place you're ever seen? Today, on Missing Persons Archives, we explore 5 unsettling cases of people who vanished from hospitals, places brimming with people, cameras, and structure, yet somehow left behind no trace. These aren't just disappearances, they're riddles wrapped in sterile sheets, lost inside a place meant to protect. Case 1. Joan Gay Croft, April 9, 1947. An F5 tornado ravaged Woodward, Oklahoma, the deadliest in state history. Amid the death and chaos, 4-year-old Joan Gay Croft survived. Her mother was killed, her stepfather critically injured, and Joan suffered a leg wound. She and her sister, Gerri, were sent to a local hospital where the basement had been converted into a shelter for tornado victims. The day after the storm, 2 men dressed in khaki army uniforms entered the basement. They asked for Joan by name. In front of a crowded room, they tried to take her away, claiming she was being moved to another hospital where family waited. Joan protested loudly, clinging to her sister, but the men calmly reassured her. Staff intervened, but the men insisted they had orders. Joan left with them. She was never seen again. Her disappearance triggered a massive manhunt. No records identified the men. Multiple women have claimed to be Joan over the years, none confirmed. Joan Gay Croft remains missing, with a disturbing question hanging over her case. Who knew her name? Why were they looking for her? And how did they vanish with her in front of hundreds of people? Case 2. Gerri Irwin. March 2, 1959. Private First Class Gerri Irwin woke in a hospital in Cedar City, Utah, confused and disoriented. He had been unconscious for 23 hours. While out cold, he reportedly muttered about the jacket on the brush. When lucid, Gerri said he had seen a strange, pulsing object in the sky while driving through Utah on leave from Fort Bliss. Believing it to be a plane crash, he left a note on his car windshield and walked into the wilderness to investigate. A game warden found his note, and search parties located Gerri, unconscious and alone. But Gerri's behavior only became more bizarre. He had no memory of being found, returned to duty, or fainting repeatedly afterward. After recovering, he left the base again without permission and returned to the same site where he first saw the mysterious object. There, he found his missing jacket with a note inside he immediately burned. He later claimed to have no memory of doing so. Gerri vanished soon after. He went AWOL and has never been seen again. The military never solved the case. UFO enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists have long speculated about abduction or mind control, but no one truly knows what happened to Gerri Irwin. Case 3. Benita Chamberlan. On February 13, 1978, 24-year-old Benita Chamberlan gave birth prematurely at Sacred Heart General Hospital in Eugene, Oregon. Her daughter was sent to intensive care, but after a week was declared strong and ready to go home. Benita returned to the hospital to hear the good news and called a friend to share her joy. Then, she vanished. She never picked up her daughter, her car was found abandoned near a bottling factory. Her purse turned up in a nearby university parking lot. She has not been seen since. Authorities believed they had a lead a week later when a murdered woman was found in a trash bag. It wasn't Benita. The trail went cold. Today, she remains a missing person, a mother who never returned home. Case 4, Tavish Sutton. March 6, 1993. 1-month-old Tavish Sutton was in recovery at Grady Memorial Hospital in Atlanta after a routine procedure. His mother was institutionalized at the time, so custody had been transferred to a foster family. A nurse checked on Tavish at 6:45 a.m. and reported he was fine. When she returned 15 minutes later, he was gone. Security footage offered nothing. No one else had entered or exited. A mysterious woman who'd been seen impersonating a pregnant patient became a person of interest, but was ruled out. No suspect has ever been named. A lawsuit filed against the hospital resulted in a $600,000 settlement, but money offered no answers. Tavish Sutton, just a month old, remains missing with no leads and no trace. Case 5, Philistine St. Cyr. In 2006, 66-year-old Haitian immigrant Philistine St. Cyr was airlifted to NCH North Naples Hospital in Florida for a medical emergency. By the next morning, he was deemed well enough to go home. Because he didn't speak English, communication was difficult. A taxi tried to drop him off in Immokalee, but he couldn't explain his address. The driver brought him back to the hospital. Staff then placed him on a bus they believed would drop him close to home. That was the last time he was seen. Despite extensive searches, Philistine never returned home and has not been found. Some believe he became lost or disoriented. Others suggest he may have tried to return to Haiti. His family strongly denies he would leave intentionally. He remains missing to this day. Hospitals are where we go to be made whole again. But for Joan, Gerri, Benita, Tavish, and Philistine, they became the last known locations before vanishing without explanation. These are not just tragic stories. They're chilling reminders that no place is truly safe from the unknown. If you have any information about any of these missing persons, contact your local law enforcement. Thank you for listening to Missing Persons Archives, where we are bringing the lost back into the light. If you've found this episode important, please like, share, and subscribe. Keeping these stories alive helps keep hope alive and reminds us that the missing are never forgotten. As always, stay alert, stay aware, and keep asking questions.